Let's do the email.
Okay, so this email is titled, "A Thank You for Helping My Co-Parenting Relationship from a Silent Viewer."
This is a good email, but there's something that I'm going to pick apart at the end.
Hello, Chris and Peaches. I am writing to say thank you. I've been a silent listener since February of 2023, but a very noticeably changed woman. It all started when Peaches said in an episode, "I used to be a foul woman." I paused and broke down so hard. I realized that I was a foul fucking woman. Oh, there's got to be an elaboration here. I have diagnosed BPD, depression, and anxiety. I got diagnosed with BPD in January of 2022, and then everything started making sense, but I didn't do anything to change or help my rage and hate. Oh, what an exhausting place to live, in rage and hate. My muscles. I remember living just constantly mad at the world. Like, my thought process back then was, I'm trying so hard to be a good person. I don't understand why all of these men are being super shitty to me. I don't understand why all of my chick friends are backstabbing to me. I don't understand why all of my relationships are bad. And it's because I was doing the same foul things that these foul people were doing to me. I was just disguising it as I'm a good person doing it. When I was living in that rage and hate, my muscles were constantly sore. Constantly sore. I don't know if that has to do with like the fight or flight response within the body and the muscles are just constantly tense because they're ready to go.
Actually, it's because the body holds stress.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's why. I don't know if you've ever had a massage that's made you cry. Have you ever experienced that? Not from like it hurting, but like they'll release a knot, you just start sobbing.
Yeah.
That's the body releasing that. Your body holds that shit.
This just in, guys. Breaking news. I just realized I put my dress on backwards.
Well, it doesn't matter because I'm looking in all directions.
You are. Full 360 view. My husband's got me. Back into the email. My son's father and I broke up on his first birthday. He then had a new girlfriend and moved in with her 2 months later. I felt like this woman took my life from me and I was being replaced. I'm sure you can imagine the absolute rage those feelings put me in. Okay. I'm going to continue reading before I say anything.
Yeah, let's get to the end.
Okay. I was 26 at the time and gave zero fucks about how I treated other people. The only person I cared for and loved was my baby boy. I had to restart my life and get a new place that I could afford as a single mom. We did do the court thing just to get legal 50-50 custody, so neither of us could ever fuck around about our time with our son. During this time, I was the meanest fucking bitch, ruthless and foul to the girl my son's father was dating. I wanted her to feel as much pain as I did. I said some things I cannot believe my brain even came up with. I hate the person I was during that time. Co-parenting was rough and we fought all of the time. It was toxic. Then I stumbled upon To Be Better. You talked and my brain listened. I was able to actually understand what you both were saying and I could relate. Something my years of being in and out of therapy could never achieve. Then one day Peaches said I was a foul woman and I never want people to see me as that. Paraphrasing there, of course. No, that's the gist of it. That is pretty much what I say. But no, that's what did it for me. I cried the hardest I had in a long time while I was ashamed of the behavior I was portraying, and I knew that many people knew me as a foul woman. That day on, I decided I was going to change. I was going to be better. I have listened and watched religiously. I fixed my co-parenting relationship with my son's father, and I never thought I would say this in my life, but me and his girlfriend have become pretty good friends. Okay, I'm going to pause there and just add in something. I am friends with our children's stepmom, and I absolutely adore her. Having a friend in somebody who is also going to be in a mother role for your children is a level that no other woman is going to be able to relate to you on because it's your children. Her and I can talk about things and there's no judgment there. We can talk about our frustrations, how we feel as failures sometimes. And we get it because we are talking about the same kids. And there is the same amount of love in there. She goes out of her way to make sure the kids have special things on Valentine's Day and Christmas, and making sure our daughter's hair is done in the morning, all super pretty with braids and whatnot, and buying them cute little outfits and Minecraft and whatnot. Why would you want to deprive your children of love just because you have anger in you?
Right.
That's wild.
It's also important to know that we co-parent effectively with everyone involved, right?
We do,
like
yeah, we do.
I'm friends with your ex. Like, he comes over and drinks with me and plays chess. Like, it's not like there's a weird disconnect between the families. We have to coexist because there's little lives involved. And like, that's how it started. That's how it started for us. But it's evolved into actual friendship. Like, I know if he called me and needed something, I would help him. Like,
right.
Unless he called to ask me to help him move, I'm not doing that. I'll pay for the movers, bro, but don't ask me to pick shit up. I'm done moving stuff.
Yeah.
Is that the end of the email?
No.
Okay.
I apologized to her and made sure she knew that I truly meant it and that I wasn't going to ever be that person again. We are a great team as parents for our son. We go to family outings. We even spent Christmas 2023 together. I live a happy, fulfilled life now. I have so many things to be grateful for. And so thank you for guiding me in the right direction. And I'm going to never be that foul woman ever again. People will now see me as a strong but soft and ladylike. Will see me as strong but soft and ladylike. And now my son gets to grow up with a circle of love and a good example of strength and the power of change and forgiveness. I will continue to be one of your many bees in the strong hive you have both created. I wish you both well and hope you go to bed every night knowing you've changed lives.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
There is a total 180 from the beginning of that email to the end of that email.
Right.
And there are things that I caught. Dude, we just got a whole bunch of new subscribers over here. So for you guys who are on TikTok that are jumping over to YouTube and subscribing to the channel, thank you.
Thank you guys for subscribing.
Our goal this year is to hit 250,000 on YouTube. We're at 164 right now. So we're closer than we're not. So I made a couple notes while you were talking.
Okay.
One of them said, all I cared about was my baby boy.
Right.
She did not care about her man at all. I was a foul fucking woman, her quote. She then wrote, I felt like this woman took my life from me and I was being replaced. She then said, I'm sure you can imagine the rage those feelings put in me and that he was moved on in 2 months. So let's start with the 2-month aspect, right? Knowing that you are a foul fucking woman who did not care about your man, you only cared about your child, and you treated him poorly. He was disconnected from you way before the actual end of the relationship, and him moving on in 2 months was because he found someone who made him happy.
Right.
You didn't have your life taken from you or your relationship stripped away. You gave it away. You lost that. You did that.
You let go of the reins.
Right. So there's a victim mindset when you're like, I can't believe that my life is over with this man. Somebody took him from me. Nobody can take somebody from somebody else. That's just all there is to that. If your man or woman leaves you for somebody else, they didn't leave you and like you didn't lose them because of that other person. You lost them before that happened.
Correct.
So let's be a little bit self-aware in the moment and be like, hey, maybe being a fucking psycho or a foul fucking woman, as she put it, may not be the way to treat somebody, because why would you want to stay in a relationship or stay with somebody who makes you miserable all the time? That makes no sense to me. Now to Rex James, who sent in the chat earlier and asked if he's a bad person for being in a relationship 2 months after a 5-year relationship ended. You can be with somebody for 30 fucking years and be completely detached and miserable and be dependent on them because of financial situations or children, which is why so many people have their kids move out and get divorced. I don't think that it makes you a bad person because you moved on. I think that people put themselves in really shitty situations and stay there because it's easier than leaving. Because the comfort that you live in is more safe than the fear of not knowing what's going to happen if you leave, right?
Right.
So if you were in a 5-year relationship and it ended, unless they ended it and you were still madly in love, I don't think that you would have moved on in 2 months if that was the case, right? I think you would probably still be mourning that, trying to work through things. But If you're the one that ended the relationship or the relationship was just really fucking bad, you were over the relationship. You mourned that way before it happened.
Right.
There might be a disconnect once the relationship is over, but the relationship was done when it was done.
Correct.
The fact that it ended officially and there's no longer a title there, 2 months later you meet somebody new, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I agree.
I think too many people get caught up in the societal expectations of what is right and what is wrong. Ultimately, you have to live your life. So all the trolls, all the internet people, all your family members, everyone that has something negative to say, they don't have to deal with the consequences of your actions. You do.
Yep.
So do what makes you fucking happy. And if people don't want to support the things that make you happy, maybe you need to reevaluate the people you have in your life, because there's enough negativity in the world. You can either be for me or be against me, and there's no fucking in between. And I view it that way. I don't need cheerleaders. I don't need people that hate me to be around me. I'm going to do the things that make me happy one way or another.
Right.
So